So one of the biggest problems Africans or black people have in general is they're very quick on turning on each other. Black people do turn on each other very fast. Very, very fast. Let me tell you something. You could be doing something really great. You know, you may have said good things that they really appreciated for a long time, and you were like a reference to them. As soon as you say one thing they don't agree with, one thing, they forget all the 300,000 things that you said before that were great. I'm sure you've experienced that before. In many black communities, you can do all the things that you want to help people. You can share some of your money, you can share some of your food, some of your clothes with them. As soon as one day you say, no, I'm not up to doing that for you, then you're the bad person. Who do you think you are? You think you're better than everybody because you've done great in life. Matter of fact, you're not the best at what you do because there's somebody else somewhere there that actually has done much greater than you. And he's humble. You're not. You may allow them into your shop or your saloon or your barbershop, whatever. You shave them for free or a reduced price, or whichever shop that you're shopping at. You sell things at a very reduced price. As soon as one day you say, sorry, sir, today I'm not taking that off price. I'm not giving you my services for a price that is below my level. You know what they're going to say? Oh, you think you're the best comedian now because you've done great. Oh, by the way, we made you. Remember, we made you. We were here when you still had 12 followers. Now you've got big wings. You think you're big shot. They forget every time you offer them services for free. They forget every time you allow them to get into your shop and you shave them. And after shaving them, you even offer to shave their little nephew with a big head for free. But they will pin you down for the things that you don't do. Let's forget about black people. Fellas, the Security Council in the United Nations have voted a brand new law, okay? The brand new law has been mandated. What is it? This is about Kenya. U.S. Security Council mandate for Kenya-led military force in Haiti now officially transformed into gang suppression force. So, Kenya was sent to Haiti. Here's Haiti. You can see Haiti on the map. Kenyans were sent to Haiti, 1,000 Kenyans, to go and suppress gangs in Haiti. You know, they call them gangs. That's what you hear. Gangsters are doing bad things in Haiti. You must remember when you hear a story from the West, there must be another version. Just remember, every time you hear a story from the West, there's another version to it. So before you jump into conclusion, make sure you learn the other version. Now, Kenyans were sent to Haiti to go and fight gangsters because they believe some gangs in Haiti have taken over the country. They now rule big chunks of the countries and people are not free. The country is on the ground. Now, they have a mandate from the United Nations allowing Kenyans to grow from 1,000 personnel to 5,550, including police and military troops. So they're adding more Kenyans to go in Haiti. Okay, you see Kenya on the map? Look at Haiti. You see the distance? Now, what is this about? There are a bunch of people in Haiti who are fighting. They call them gangsters. They are controlling chunks of the country. Why? Well, they say they are bad people. Well, those people don't say they are bad people. Those people believe they're fighting for the rights of the people. I'm going to explain. Haiti is this very interesting country. But as per what we know, there's about 12 families that run the country. 12 families of people, they're not black. They run the country. Haiti is a big country. Okay, it's a big island right here. And the majority of the people are black. 12 families of people that are not black run the country. They have telecommunication in their hand. They have petroleum. They have food, the road, transport, and everything you can think about. They run it. So 12 families of people that are from the Middle East and from the country you don't name. You know the country you don't name. They run the country. Okay. Now, the people of Haiti have had enough. They say, no, we cannot accept this anymore. We want to take our country back from your hands. At least one of the big reasons why the United States of America and other countries say, you know what, we are going to you by force. We are going to chase you. So the people of the country say we cannot be run by 12 families. It makes no sense. We're a big country. America and the friends were called to help them. Now they're coming. But America cannot come by itself straight because it makes no sense. And again, America went to Haiti a long time ago for the first time and they left scars and bad history. And now this time around, they don't want to make the same mistake. From 1915 to 1934, an occupation and involvement in MINUSTAH left big scars. Therefore, a direct deployment from the US risked a backlash and accusation. So America was there before. America's been to many countries before, and they left a lot of scars. If they send American troops again, it's going to look bad. Therefore, let's choose some Kenyans. You know, matter of fact, Kenyans are black like them. The black people send the black people to go help other black people and push the other black people into gangsterism. Now, are the Kenyans doing this for free? Absolutely not. The Kenyan government is getting hundreds of millions of dollars from this task. You know, it looks like, okay, we're going to Haiti to help Haitians, but Haitians don't believe they need to be helped at all. Okay. Now the Kenyan soldiers have struggled to destroy these gangsters in Haiti. Now we have a big question here. Are the Kenyans really struggling, or the Kenyans have finally understood that there's no use for us black people to fight each other? Just remember, the government of Kenya is not the policemen of Kenya fighting in Haiti. The policemen or military men from Kenya is only obeying the rule that's given by the government. So if there's somebody eating the money, because in Africa we say eating the money, when you get the money, it's not the policemen or the military men from the Kenya. It's the government people that are profiting from the money given by the United Nations. Now, one thing we need to learn here, okay, about Haiti. Haiti, they are our brothers. They are on the other side of the world. The majority of people in Haiti were brought from Africa, okay? There were black people from many countries in Africa, taken by force, sent to Haiti to work the field as slaves. Sugar cane, coffee, and stuff like that. It was done by the French. Yes, French people have done a lot of bad things. Now, in 1804, something great happened because these people from African motherlands sent to Haiti have had enough. They say, we cannot be working like horses every single day. This is unacceptable. You know what? We're going to fight. And before they went to fight, you know what they did? They did voodoo. You heard of voodoo, right? You believe voodoo is witchcraft. Well, it's not. Voodoo is a science. It's a spiritual science of Africans in very specific areas. I know your church tells you it's witchcraft because, well, when your church came, obviously, with the Europeans, they had to demonize everything that you do so you can feel stupid and you can adopt what they do. Now, the slaves did voodoo before they went to war. They did voodoo, then they went to unalive the French. They fought against the French and they destroyed them. And in 1804, Jean-Jacques Dessalines defeated the French force and declared Haiti as an independent country in January 1904. So Haiti is the first black republic. Congratulations, piga makofi. Piga makofi, yeah. Piga makofi is clap your hand in Swahili. And Swahili, as you can see on the map, is the most spoken language in Africa. Yeah, a lot of millions of people speak Swahili. You can see on this country right here, this is Kenya, they speak Swahili. Tanzania speaks Swahili. Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, some part of the DRC speak Swahili, and the northern part of Mozambique, some people speak Swahili as well. It's very interesting, yeah, very, very interesting. So maybe you should learn to speak Swahili. Some of the countries in Africa actually have adopted Swahili as, extra language. South Africa is one of them. In the constitution of South Africa, Swahili is implicated already. So maybe you need to learn how to speak Swahili so we can communicate. I mean, in these countries, they speak Swahili, even though, their Swahili is a little bit different. It's a little bit like Liverpool English accent and New York English accent. You got to pay attention to listen to each other, but you can understand one another. Anyway, so Haiti has gone through the most, fellas, okay? The country has gone through the most. As you asking yourself questions to understand what was the goal. After they got independence from the French, it was necessary for France and the Europeans to show every other black nation in the world that if you dare to stand up against us, we're going to crush you. So what happened? What happened was, after Haiti declared itself as independent, all nations in the world, all white nations, refused to deal with them. They refused to trade with them. They refused to commerce with them. So they literally sanctioned Haiti. Okay, the goal was, let's squeeze them so hard so they can suffer. Therefore, other African or black nations cannot dare to revolt against the white man. And Haiti had to pay a massive debt to France for losing slaves, imagine. They've paid the debt for the longest time. Now, Haiti also got some very interesting minerals. Haiti has been through the most. There was a moment, remember, when there was an earthquake, massive earthquake happened in Haiti, and many people were unalive. What happened next? Many countries in the world say, let's put money together so we can help Haiti rebuild. Remember? This lady right here and her husband came in a promotion asking for people to contribute money so they can go to Haiti and rebuild the country. They collected billions of dollars for that. Guess what happened? They built about 12 houses. Only. The rest of the money disappeared, and everybody who has spoken about the subject was unalive and disappeared. That's what Haiti has been through. The next, it was the United Nations soldiers. They went to Haiti to try and help. You know what they did? They set up a camp next to a river, and then they set up a toilet. And that toilet, instead of digging underground for a pipe when they can dump their they had the pipe going from the toilets to this river that nourishes people every single day's drinking water. So this river served as a drinking water for the people of Haiti, and the United Nations soldiers stationed in Haiti were into this river. These soldiers came from Bangladesh or some country like that. Guess what happened? Massive cholera. Many people were unalive. Can you just imagine people in your drinking water? How evil must you be to do such thing? And guess what the United Nations did? They never apologized for it. They never acknowledged it. So fellas, you must understand Haiti is a rich country. Okay, they don't tell you this, but Haiti has a lot of gold reserve, a lot of copper. They have a lot of bauxite. Okay, historically exported to the United States of America. They have marble, but they have oil and natural gas. They even have that Wakanda special mineral. I'm not going to say the name here because we're going to get sanctioned. And those are some of the reasons why everybody wants to be part of Haiti. Again, what's the best way to destroy black people? Just use their brothers. Okay, they don't like each other anyway. Just find another African brother to go and destroy another African. That's what it is. Very simple. Get the Kenyans, just pay them money and send them over there. Well, I hope the Kenyans, I'm talking about the Kenyan soldiers and policemen that are in Haiti, have finally realized we are fighting our brothers. Therefore, let's not push too hard. Let's pretend like we're fighting, but let's just react in a way that we get paid at the end of the month. And I think that's what they're doing because they're not unaliving each other the way they could have unalived each other right now. Because it makes no sense to me that somebody will leave Kenya, leave his family, his wife, his children, his life, and go die in Haiti fighting another black people. For what? Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. 12 families running the country. That is the reason why these so-called gangsters are fighting, because these 12 families are not black. How come you run everything and you want to subject us into slavery? We need to fight. And remember, the US never get involved in things for nothing. There must be a deeper reason. And this time around, unfortunately, they cannot go by themselves because they have a history of going to Haiti in the past that left a lot of scars. Therefore, let's use some Kenyans, find some black people to go in that country and do bad things on the behalf of everybody else. Oh, drop a comment before you leave, fellas. It's always a great pleasure to have you. It's nice talking to you. It's even nicer reading you guys. Okay? Let's push this further. God bless.